appreciate you all. Go to marketingwithruss.live is how you get to my YouTube page. Marketingwithruss.live. Simple. You can open a separate tab right now. Click on that. Click on the subscribe button and you're all set. Easy, easy, easy. Also, this show today, if you'd please share it out. I know that DJ would really be thankful if you share it out. Get the word out there. And you know what? It's so amazing. Some of you are watching this on DJ's page because now with technology, she can stream it to her page as well. And when you share it, you're getting the word out even further to other people. And we would just appreciate that so much. So thank you for that. Last but not least, if you haven't already, and let's make sure you can see it all. There you go. My book, Befuddled, Live the Life You Choose. If you have not got a copy yet, go to Amazon, Barnes & Noble, any online bookseller, or go to russhedge.com. You can just go to buy a book now and get it. I would love that. You can get it in paperback form or in ebook on Amazon and the online booksellers. And if you want to get the companion workbook, you can get that on Amazon as well in ebook form. So look for the paperback version of that coming up in the future. But yeah, and I do want to mention one other thing. I thought I was done, but I'm really not. There is a new book series that I am part of, just worked on and finished my chapter in Rattled Awake, about what moment in your life rattled you awake and changed your perspective to life and all that you're doing. And so look for that coming up. Lonnie Ray is just such an amazing person that is spearheading that. Got to do that with some amazing authors and their stories. So look for Rattled Awake coming up, and that will be on the bestsellers list soon. Look for it. Okay. All right. I think that's enough. And there's everybody commenting. We want to get to that. So let's bring DJ in and get this party started. Woo!
Woo!
Hey, Deej.
Hi, Russ. What's going on?
You are always such a pleasure to talk to. Every time that we get together, that big smile, and you are just so positive, and I appreciate that. And that's why you're been on the show a couple times.
Yes, I enjoy hanging out with you and chatting with you. We have a lot of similar values and passions.
Right. And, I really love that. I had people years ago tell me, why do you bring on people that do kind of the same things you do and have similar ideas? I mean, aren't they taking your customers? I go, nope, because they make me better. I said, I would be happy right now to promote to all of you, call DJ, use DJ.
Oh.
I think when we work together, we all become better. And it goes back to I use this all the time, but it goes back to the old marketing principle. If you drive down the freeway, you look off the side on the rest stop, what do you see? Right together. You see a McDonald's, you see a Burger King, and you see a Wendy's all packed right together. Why? Because good businesses and good people draw people, right? And so what you're doing is you're raising your visibility, you're drawing people to your industry, and some people just would rather work with DJ, and I am happy with that because that is great. You should. Everybody has their own unique style, and that's what's really cool. People ask me all the time, DJ, what sets me apart? I don't know what sets me apart. Well, you set you apart. It is you. You're the difference maker, your personality. So, okay, before I get too much in and get rolling, let's tell everybody, remind those that don't know you, who is DJ and what are you up to?
DJ, who's DJ? Well, I am a live stream strategist and coach, and I absolutely love working with those helpers, those healers that are out there to serve individuals with disabilities and mental health issues. Right now, I'm trying to turn the corner into like mental health marketing and really bring those two together. I've worked in this social services for 20 years, and now with the live streaming that I've been doing the past few years, I know that that's where I belong. That's my lane, as they say, and that's my niche. I love, and I always want to continue to serve those individuals that need assistance. And why not support those service providers that are out there and how they can get their business, how they can get their services more visible and really put out there that they are ready to help and take in new clients.
Well, what I love about that is your heart of service. And I love the fact that, you're trying to make people better. You're trying to give to them and use the talents and abilities you have and the lessons you've learned. Because you and I were talking about that. We're lifelong learners, right? We're constantly learning, but then we can take that and teach other people, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. I think it's important to be learning from others. It's important to have those mentors that can continue to push you forward. And I love that you asked this question, is it really failure? I can't wait to get into that because that's all part of this process. It's
Yes.
all part of this journey. And I've got my fair share of failures. Don't we all? But
Oh,
that's
don't we all?
okay. Yeah, that's okay. It just gives me more fire to keep going and continue.
Well, exactly. And, I think that is the key thing that you brought up. I love the quote. So I did this newsletter this week. For anybody who hasn't subscribed to my newsletter, But First Coffee releases every Monday morning, and it is an encouraging short newsletter, but it's got some great information in it, great experts in whatever I'm talking about. And there's a whole lot of people in this week's newsletter that talk about failure. One of them is Michael Jordan. And I just love what Michael Jordan says because, so many people think that, people like that, they never fail. They're always perfect. They have, they've succeeded done so many great things. But he says, and I'm going to read this to you, I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game winning shot and missed. I failed over and over and over again in my life. And that is why I succeed. And I think that this is where Scott and I were going at it and having fun, right? We were having so much fun the other day, and that is Scott thinks there isn't failure; it's only a step to the next process, right? I think you're not a failure, not the noun version, but the verb version where we try and we fail, right? We try, we don't succeed with what we're doing, and that's okay because we learn from that and we grow from that, and that is what makes us better. What do you think, DJ?
That's a good one. That's so I like both perspectives. I would agree that we are not failures as a whole, that
Right.
what happens might not be a success. And it is an opportunity to get better, to grow, to learn, to improve upon. I don't want to say perfect because that's not real either. But definitely, I accept if something doesn't happen the way I want it to go, and I consider it a failure. And a failure can be something different for everyone. Everyone has different things that they consider to be failures. So it's all really a matter of perspective. I think that in order to continue to move forward and continue to grow, you have to accept what happened in the reality of it, of what it was. And yes, we could skew it to make it worse or seem worse than it was. Or we can have that positive perspective and say, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't what I thought. Didn't go the way I wanted it to go. But there's still hope. There's something I can do. I'm going to figure it out and it's going to be okay next time. It's going to be better. I'm going to come back from this.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. That to me, that is exactly the point is that it's where you land and it's your perspective. And I'm a huge fan of what you just said. It is all how you look at things and whether you call it failure or not. I mean, at the end of the day, when Scott and I were having fun on that show, and by the way, look for another one of those. Scott and I are going to pick another fun topic and kind of go at it. And it's just fun when you don't always agree on everything, but really, it's funny how much commonality there is at the end of the day. Because Scott and I always come to the same conclusion, what you just said. It's your perspective and where you go with it, whether you call it failure or not. But it is important to use whatever you want to call it in your life as lessons and learning and growing because we all need that. I mean, that is why I believe my purpose, and I just believe God lets us go through those kind of things so that we learn. And it's not that you're not being punished because you fail. I really think every time you fail, what Thomas Edison said, he didn't fail over 1,000 times. He was just this was his perspective. He was just one step closer to succeeding, right? And
Yeah.
that's how, of course, he ended up creating the light bulb. I mean, for those people that don't know history, Thomas Edison created the light bulb. But, I think that's important. And it doesn't really matter how we actually look at the word. but it's fun to debate over that. But where do you go from there, right? So when you're talking to people, DJ, and they're nervous and scared about live streaming and you're trying to give them strategies, but at the core of them, they're just having problems getting started. What do you do?
It's all about positive reinforcement for me. It's really about encouraging them to find their strengths, their point of comfort, and how they can use that to begin to build on. Because that's what you want to build on. You want to build on where you're comfortable. I think if I think when we start way over our heads and then we become more insecure, we become more fearful of failing, then that doesn't do anything good for the psyche. So I think it's important for me as a coach, as a strategist, to really help people figure out where their strengths are, what they're good at, what they can do, what's a good place for them to begin. And I've always said that, right? Meet people where they're at. Don't expect people to meet you where you're at. So it's important to really acknowledge and to listen. I'll bring that up again because we talked about that last time I was here about listening, and
Yeah.
such a key component in any profession.
So let me jump in there to what you said, and I love this. We got to meet people where they are.
Mm-hmm.
So we're also busy imposing on other people what they should do and where they should be. And we don't take time to listen and we don't take time to look at perspectives. And the thing is, whether we agree, think it's right or wrong or whatever, that really is secondary to the fact that you need to start with meeting people where they are. You got to build commonality. If you want to influence people, don't yell at them that they're wrong. Get to know them and get to understand them. And then maybe you can have an intelligent conversation. Then maybe you'll have some influence over them over time, right? I mean, I think we all want to be positive influencers, right? We want to make a positive mark on others. And however you see that in your life, the best way to do it, just what DJ said, meet people where they are, find common ground, build connection and really a friendship with them. Then you can take it to the next level. And that's how you influence people.
Trust.
Yeah. So in your business, I just love live streaming, and so do you, obviously. And you and
Yeah.
I both have been doing this for a long time. And
Yes.
I've been on, we've been on each other's live streams, and you've been on a few of mine. But I love the fact that it gives us the opportunity to share and the opportunity to share that positive message. Um, Talk to everybody a little bit about the nuts and bolts about what you do. If they call DJ, what are they going to get?
Well, I have several things that people can do. It depends on what their needs are. If they just need like a strategy call and they have some questions and they want to figure a couple things out, that's great. I can help them with that. If they really want to get that kickstart, I can help them. I have a Kickstarter package where I kind of just build everything for them and help them understand how everything works. And then they can go for it if that's what they want. I also offer behind the scenes support where if they're live streaming, I'm just kind of behind the scenes and encouraging them, giving them a little information, right? The little voice, I guess. We don't do it here. We do it through the little chat, like, hey, make sure you do this, or hey, great job on that. So it's really building them from behind the scenes. So there's a variety of ways to provide that support when it comes to live streaming. Those are just some.
Yeah, well, and yeah, I think that's it. You giving people different options. And what I always tell people too, I'm a very custom kind of guy. I mean, what do you really need? What can I really do for you? They say, how much is it for you to do this for me? And I go, well, that depends. And they go, what do you mean? I said, I don't really have cookie cutter packages. I have basic ideas. I have like a starter. I actually do have like a starter package, things like that for different stuff, just
Mhm.
to give people an idea what they can do. But most people, I'm like, what do you really want me to do for you? What do you really want me to spend time on helping you with? And with my amazing assistant, who is a great teammate ever, who is in the background right now, making us look good. Um, it is possible to do different things for different people. And I think that's important. And so I just love all that you do. I know you came out of you have a real big heart. You came out of social work and things like that. Are you still doing that as well?
No, not currently. Like, this
Okay.
is what
Right.
I do. And like I said at the beginning, it's really about turning that corner to provide services, really support those providers now and their
Right.
businesses, their practices, their organizations, and get them to be able to attract those clients that need the help that would be a good fit for them. So I really enjoy. I want to stay within my wheelhouse. That's what I'm
Uh-huh.
passionate about. That's what I've done for so long. And it's just finding a way to put it all together,
There
being
you go.
creative.
Yeah, and that's great. I mean, you're staying within what you're passionate about and you're doing things that really are because you DJ is behind it. It makes a real difference in other people. And so I just want to shout out right here the Russ Reels live link for Is It Really Failure with Scott and I going at it. There it is. Thank you, Ever, putting that in there. And so anybody that's interested, you can watch that on replay. Just go to that link and it's sitting there also on YouTube. Did I tell you you can subscribe to my YouTube page by going to marketingwithruss.live? There you go. And in case you forgot about that, I will keep reminding you. But it is a great way to get back and see things you missed, right? And so there you go, marketingwithruss.live. So, but that is things like this, DJ, I think are they're conversation starters. And when you get your brain moving and get the conversation going, that's when I really believe that's when things really happen, right? That's when the magic happens because people
Yeah.
sometimes they need that. If you're comfortable all the time and you're just rolling along, it's hard to really feel that urgency to make things happen, right?
It is. I think we all get stuck at times, and it's listen, I'll be very honest. Like, summer, I got stuck, right? Holidays, I get stuck. I realize now, and you learn about yourself in this process on when it's like your time and you're feeling that motivation, you're feeling that energy, you're feeling that ready to go. And then when it's like the downtime, when I'm feeling a little stuck, when I know I need to reach out to my coach, when I need to reach out to whoever it is for that support that I'm looking for in that specific area. So it's important to acknowledge those times. And going back to the failure thing, when that happens, when you feel that sense of failure, that's the time to reach out. And it's not always easy. We're embarrassed. We could feel shame. We can feel like a loser. And nobody wants to have those feelings. We want to present, and that's part of the social media, unfortunately, is we all want to present as a big success. We want to present as we are just making all the money in the world and we've got everything perfect. There it is again. And that's just not reality at all. I don't think for anybody. And if anyone was to say, oh, yeah, everything's perfect, I've got it all together, then that's not going to, I'm not going to be able to resonate with that. And that doesn't sound believable to me. And I do like the human side of things. I do love people being realistic about what they're going through because that's how
Right.
you're going to overcome.
Right. Yeah. Well, see, and I think that is where it comes all the way back to failure. You got to be realistic in your life that we are not going to succeed and we're going to fail at things. But that doesn't mean failure is not a nasty, bad word.
Mhm.
Failure is just how you look at it. What is your perspective? And really, ultimately, like Scott said, my good friend D. Scott Smith, he just feels like that you've just eliminated one more thing that's not a possibility, or it's a stepping stone to the next thing. And I agree with all that. It's just that it does happen. And I think you have to grab that concept that it's going to happen. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to fail, but that is okay because that gives you opportunities to move forward. I tell the story and I'll wrap up with this and then give you the last word. When I was learning how to ski, so I was in college and a friend of mine's dad was teaching me how to ski. And he said, first off, you have to fall. And I'm like, nope. I said, I do not want to fall. I'm going to hurt myself. I don't want to fall. He goes, you've got to fall. I said, I don't want to fall. He says, you've got to fall because if you don't, you'll never learn. He said, if you're not pushing yourself hard enough to go beyond the snowplow and the bunny slope, and you don't push yourself and you don't fall, you're never going to learn. Well, basically, I took it to heart being young and kind of fearless at that age. I just put my skis straight forward and took off down the slope. And then I went up to the next slope up and the next slope up, and I fell and I fell and I fell, but I got better and better. By the end of the first day, I was like 3 chairlifts up from where I started. And yes, I didn't make it down without falling, but I got better longer periods of time. And by the second day, I was making it down without falling. So the point is, let yourself dare to fail, right? John Maxwell would say that fail forward, dare to fail and get out there and move forward and make amazing things happen based on what you've learned and where you're going from there. So, DJ, wrap it up for us and then tell everybody how they get in touch with you.
Wrap it up. Well, I just like to encourage everyone to continue to move forward. Accept those instances where it doesn't turn out the way you want it to go. It does not mean you are a failure. It just means you've got some more learning to do and growing. And that's okay. That's what we should be. We should be responsive to that is what I want to say. And, keep going. Like you said, it's inevitable. It's inevitable, those falls. And personally, for me this summer, I had 2 falls. I've applied for 2 different programs, 2 different curriculum things. I don't know how to call it. And I didn't get accepted. And did that did that hurt? Did I feel like a failure? Yes. Was I hurt? Yes. But that doesn't mean that I'm not going to reapply the next time that window opens, that I'm not going to figure out, okay, what can I do better? How can I learn from that? Sorry, you weren't accepted, you didn't make it, and get back up and keep moving forward. So it happens to all of us. It's okay. There's always somebody out there that's really going to support you and, cheer you on. It's okay. That's
well,
it.
People are drawn to that, right, DJ? People are drawn to the fact because nobody's perfect. And when they feel like they're the only failure, they see you're struggling, but then you're moving beyond that. It makes a big difference.
Oh, yes, yes. And I think it feels so good when you do say, you know what, I didn't get accepted the first time, but I got accepted this time.
Right.
And it was worth it. I didn't give up. That right there is persistence. And that right there shows that you're going to keep going. The dream, you're following the dream and the why.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. So people get in touch with you how?
You can reach me at dj@silverfoxtalks.com. I'm also on YouTube. I got a lot of my live streams on there. I'm on Instagram, which is not my favorite platform, but I'm there, and Facebook, of course. But, an email is the best way to contact me, or on LinkedIn through the DMs. That I do enjoy connecting with people on LinkedIn. Quality people. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Well, first off, I want to say thank you to you, DJ, for being so amazing and being here. And thank you for everybody watching. So before I send DJ to the green room here and wrap the show up, just want to remind you, if you're watching today, there's a lot of people watching that have not said hi or not in the comments. Take a moment and just say hi to us. Take a moment and tell us, where are you watching from? Because it's so important. And also say hi to each other. Take the opportunity to connect with each other today. And all of DJ's information, as she was speaking, magically appeared below her. And it's all clickable, so you can click right on it and you go right to her. There's no excuse not to connect. And so I want to encourage you all to do that. And DJ, thanks so much. I appreciate you. And hang tight for just a second, because I want to ask you a question, and I will see you in a moment. Well, there you go. Always amazing. I am so blessed with amazing friends. I really am. And you know what? I am thankful for all of you that are watching. Please tell me where you're watching from today. Please get out there and say hi to each other. Comment, even if you're here just briefly. And if you're watching on replay, please, please, please get out there and still comment, still share this with your friends. You can share it no matter what, even if you're watching on replay. Did you know that? You doesn't have to be watching brand new. So you can actually share this no matter where you are. And I'd bring that up there if I could actually click on it. There you go. And so please share it. And, these things sit on the platform forever. But one of my favorites as far as going back and watching things in a kind of a library is the YouTube format, because it's all in one spot. Great. LinkedIn is great. Facebook is great as far as watching and going back and doing things. It's just they're not as easy to find sometimes as you can find them all together on YouTube. Go to marketingwithruss.live right now. Subscribe today and become part of our YouTube community. I would love that. And then you have all of that before you. Also want to remind you, it's been in the comments, but there is a Russ Reels Live tonight that you do not want to miss. And I'm trying to find where that was so I can put that up there for you. Oh, that's the old one. No, that's the old one. Okay, Ever, put that in there again for me. Russ Reels Live tonight, please. Thank you. Russ Reels Live tonight at 4 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. And I have great panels. It is always amazing. It's topic driven and panel driven. And I have a great group tonight. You do not want to miss it. It is going to be amazing. So go there tonight. It's on LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube, like we're broadcasting right now. So I would really appreciate you. And so would my group that is going to be there, that is full of great information tonight. And also, every week we're here on Marketing with Russ, aka hashtag Russ Selfie, Monday and Thursday, 8 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, every week, Monday and Thursday. There it is again, Russ Reels Live. The topic tonight, habits that bring out the best in you, right? What brings out your best? What kind of habits really help with that? Great group talking about that tonight. Okay, with that, I just want to thank you again for being here. I appreciate each one of you. It's, as always, amazing to be here with you, and I'm so appreciative and thankful for this community. Please share this out, even if you're just catching the very end. Please go back and watch on replay. If you're watching on replay, please put hashtag Team Replay so we know that you are watching, and appreciate each one of you. Until we talk to you again, which will be next Monday, 8 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. Have an amazing weekend. We'll talk to you soon. Russ out. Bye, everybody.
Thanks for joining us for this week's episode of Marketing with Russ, aka hashtag Russ Selfie. Be sure to subscribe in your favorite podcast app so that you don't miss a single episode. Have an amazing day.